Hello everyone, my name is Hunter and today we will be talking about my most recent haul of Kino Lorber titles. Unobstructed View, which is essentially the official or most popular retailer for Canadians online, is hosting their Kino Lorber summer sale. I bought a number of titles I've had on my wish list for a while, and we'll be starting with the box sets I picked up. First set I picked up is Audie Murphy Collection number 2. I bought the first set approximately 2 years ago for $17, $18 approximately on Facebook Marketplace. I watched them immediately and loved them. Audie Murphy westerns from the 50s are these kind of like 60 to 80 minute B westerns in Technicolor. They always have simple stories with the studio western set. Audie Murphy is maybe the hero or the villain, and he's got some good range. He's fun to watch. So I'm trying to pick up more Audie Murphy westerns on Blu-ray as they release them. This one is from 2023, the set. Kino Lorber is actually releasing sets 4 and 5 this year. I intend to pick them up later on down the line when there's another sale, just because I'd like to watch sets 2 and 3 first. But I really like Audie Murphy westerns. I recently watched Night Passage, which stars Audie Murphy and Jimmy Stewart. I actually found a used copy of the German Blu-ray at a used shop nearby. I loved it. It's a simple western story where Audie Murphy actually plays the villain, and I was like, wow, this guy's good. I also watched 40 Guns to Apache Pass online. It looks like it's an SD quality, but still watchable enough. I really liked it. I hope Kino Lorber keeps releasing Audie Murphy westerns until we at least have most of them. These seem to be selling pretty well compared to the other actor dedicated sets they started doing in 2022, 23. So looking forward to jumping into these. They're only like 60 to 80 minutes long each, so you could blast through them in an afternoon if you wanted to. I'll probably take it a bit slower because I want to remember them. Like when you start watching like B Western or B horror movies, if you watch too many of them too fast, they just start to blur together and you don't actually get to enjoy them, remember them in a year or two from now. And that's what I'd like to do with these. I actually have the first set right behind me. Might even watch those again before I get sets number 3 and 4 and 5, just to soak them up. The next box set I got is Film Noir Collection number 1. This one, unlike all the other sets they've done, features 5 movies. They normally only do 3, probably for cost reasons. I imagine if they put 5 in every set, maybe they wouldn't get as big of a return, or maybe there wouldn't be as many sets to do every month, who knows. Either way, this one was on their While Supplies Last list on their website, and I wanted to pick it up before it went out of print, and I'd have to get it for crazy prices on eBay later on. The 5 films are Big House USA, newly remastered in HD. Don't know much about this one, but looking forward to it. Next one is A Bullet for Joey. It doesn't have any information on the back about when it was remastered, so could be a standard HD master, which per MGM standards usually looks like recently restored. It's got Edward G. Robinson, who's a little kind of a weirdo, but I haven't watched enough of his movies, so I can't judge him too hard. It's supposed to be pretty good. This next one I'm particularly interested in, Storm Fear. This one was newly remastered in HD, 1956. I'm interested in this one because it appears to be kind of like a chamber piece about a man who like hides in like a woman's house to escape the police, and that's interesting to me. When you can make a movie in a single location with lots of drama, you get those black and white shadows because you got like dark rooms, moody lighting, and a dark story. I'm into that. And this one as well, similar story. He Ran All the Way from 1951, newly remastered in HD. This one, I actually was going to watch it online about a year ago, but then I was like, I'll wait until I get the set. And lastly, but not least, is Witness to Murder, starring Barbara Stanwyck, 1954. This one was also newly remastered in HD. I think the reason this is going out of print is because on the back it is a 20th Century Fox catalog title. So even though there might be like co-ownership with MGM, I think these are probably in the 20th Century Fox vault with Disney, and so they'll need to wait until they open up their doors again before they can renew these. I wouldn't be surprised if like 2 or 3 years from now this set in particular is like reissued as individual titles, but we'll see. Maybe it'll never happen. Now we can start with the special edition pickups I got. The first one is Sci-Fi Chillers Collection. This is a collection of 3 Republic Pictures sci-fi/horror films titled Chillers here. This film is The Unknown Terror from 1957, The Colossus of New York from 1958, and Destination Inner Space. These are from Paramount, so I wouldn't be surprised if these were recently restored, although it doesn't say so on the back of the case. It features a number of audio commentaries and 2 short featurettes on The Colossus of New York and Destination Inner Space. I really like Republic Picture films. They're like always 50 to 70 minutes long, neat special effects. They have like Poverty Row kind of actors. So it's always kind of goofy but fun. They're always fun. Last night I watched a film called Flight to Mars. It was actually released by the Film Detective on Blu-ray and DVD in 2021. They go to Mars and it's all goofy, cheap sets. And the aliens on Mars are a bunch of white guys, old white guys. And the 4 women in the film have to wear the shortest skirts you've ever seen. And it's so goofy, but you can throw it on after work, even if you're tired, and it can wake you up, maybe give you a laugh. I'm really into that sort of thing now. It's too bad that Kino Lorber doesn't release many Republic Pictures films, particularly westerns from like the 30s and 40s, because they don't sell well. People are not that into it. Whenever I go on Letterboxd, people are leaving like 1-2-star reviews saying this was boring, this is slop, this is the equivalent of Marvel movies today, and I don't think that's particularly true, but I can see where they're coming from. So I hope I enjoy these. I haven't seen them before. Just let me know if you've seen them before, because we don't get many of these. I know they also released a Republic Horrors collection of 3 films, or maybe it's 5 films. I'm not super into horror, so I don't think I'm going to pick that up, so I'm going to start here. The second special edition Blu-ray I picked up is Run Silent, Run Deep. This is a reissue of the standard Blu-ray with the slip cover. It doesn't specify whether it was remastered in HD from a 2K or 4K scan or anything, but I suspect that it looks very good. I was interested in this one because I had recently watched Kino Lorber's release of Submarine Command starring William Holden, and I was like wowed by the sets inside the submarine, and then when they get footage of an actual submarine going up from like underneath the water, and you get to see like the big scenery of wherever they were. I thought that was cool as hell, so I was like, I need to get another submarine movie. And this one stars Clark Gable and Burt Lancaster, and is supposedly the inspiration for The Hunt for Red October, if I got the title of that movie correct. So I think I might watch both of these movies as a double feature to get my fix of angry, grumpy men on a submarine. That sounds like fun. And they're not too long either. They're like 90 minutes or so. So shouldn't take more than a Saturday afternoon, am I right? Next special edition I picked up is another Burt Lancaster movie, only instead of a submarine film, it is a Western from the late 1950s. This is a Paramount film, newly restored in 4K from a scan of the 35mm original camera negative. I like that Kino Lorber is willing to release Westerns as long as they can release them on 4K, at least ones with bigger names associated with them. Because like, this wouldn't have been on my radar otherwise. And I know that it's been shown at a number of film festivals, it's got a good reaction, so I picked this up. In fact, I didn't just pick this up from sale, I actually got it used on Facebook Marketplace from a guy who was trying to clean out some of his storage space. So I got it for $27.50. For my US viewers, that might sound a little pricey, but actually in Canada, 4K titles from Kino Lorber used to be $24, now they're $28.99. So I got it for like $1 or $2 less than it would be on sale, which is pretty good. Looking forward to it. Love my 50s Westerns, especially when they got a good star like Burt Lancaster or Gregory Peck or Audie Murphy. Just love it. The next special edition pickup is Hatari. This is a Howard Hawks film starring John Wayne. I had owned this on DVD for a number of years, but I noticed that Paramount was either releasing their catalog on Blu-ray by themselves, or they were sending them over to Kino Lorber to release. So I'm glad I waited. This is a new 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. I've heard this is a beautiful looking film in widescreen. Very colorful. I also just love John Wayne movies. Recently I've gone on a bit of a John Wayne deep dive. I've been watching some of his Poverty Row Westerns from the early 30s. Olive Films had released a number of Blu-rays of those, and I also own a couple of DVDs. So I've been like, what was John Wayne up to? Like, was he really a living legend? And you know what, he was. So I'm also dipping my toes in some of his 50s films. Haven't heard much about this one online, probably because it's kind of like a one that's not too well known outside of the boomer cohort. And also cool that it came with the slipcover, because this is a really good cover. Like, damn, it looks good. Next special edition pickup is Love Slaves of the Amazons. This is definitely going to be a goofy adventure movie, probably super low budget. A brand new 2K master from Universal. I picked this up because I'm trying to support more of these like low budget Poverty Row type of movies. They're selling super well in Australia with these Tales of Adventure sets. Like one of their most recent sets of Republic Pictures films of like Rocket Man or whatever the hell it was, sold out. They even have a standard edition coming out, which they normally don't do. So I'm like, Kino Lorber, come on, there's an audience for it. You just have to package it right, I guess. It is only 81 minutes long, so good Saturday afternoon fare. It's got the same cover on the actual case. I don't think there will be as much nudity as there's shown here, which is fine. I'm not kind of one of those people. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't watch Russ Meyer movies or anything. Some of this is apparently shot on location in Brazil. Not sure if that means just interior sets are actually in like some jungle area. So I wouldn't be surprised if this looks very good. It's shot in color as well. My next special edition pickup is Clint Eastwood, Don Siegel, Two Mules for Sister Sarah. This is a brand new 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative, specifically for the international cut. The Blu-ray included on this is only of the domestic cut. I don't know what the difference is between the two. I will have to do my research before I actually throw the disc into my player. I'll probably watch the 4K, regardless of if it's the main title. Man, who doesn't want to watch a Clint Eastwood Western in 4K, no less. Actual case, same cover, same sort of deal. This one is highly rated on Letterboxd, at least by my mutuals, so I prioritize this one over their other Eastwood titles like High Plains Drifter, Play Mystery for Me. I think I said that title right. I already have the Arrow 4K limited editions right next to me here that I also have yet to watch. So just trying to start my marathon or deep dive on Clint Eastwood. The guy's like 95 and already making another movie. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. First standard edition pickup from Kino Lorber is Piccadilly. I've developed an interest in Anime Wong films recently from the 30s. I think she is very good and also beautiful, of course. Not many of her films are accessible. Only a few are on Blu-ray or DVD. I actually have the other Anime Wong collection they had released on Blu-ray a couple of years ago, 2021 I believe. Piccadilly is one of her more well-known films. It doesn't include any like booklet or reversible cover art or anything like that, which is fine. It was probably newly restored at the time of release by BFI. I really liked the sound of the story at the time when I picked this up. Like, she plays a Chinese dishwasher who overnight becomes the toast of the town. Like, that sounds cool, man. It also includes some special features, film festival panel on the career and legacy of Anime Wong, and an introduction to the sound version of the film to provide extra context, as well as an audio commentary. So looking forward to this one. I might even go back and rewatch the set I have just to get some more Anime Wong going. I got another standard edition film from the Milestone line, The Dragon Painter. This was recently released, 2023 or 2024, 4K digital restoration. Some of the footage was recently discovered, and so they went back and actually restored it again. It was originally restored by AFI in 1988. Well, part of this film was considered lost until now. I'm really grateful that we can watch like silent films from 1919 on Blu-ray. It's really something. That's why I love this era of boutique Blu-rays, because not only is it accessible, but you can like own it. Like, maybe this airs once every couple weeks on TCM, like I know that it does, but once it's gone, you either have a recording of it or it's just in your memory, but I can revisit this in the best quality anytime. This includes loads of special features, actually, loads. There's a documentary on how they restored the film, which is 66 minutes long. They have 2 documentaries that are approximately 50 to 60 minutes long on the actor. And it also includes an illustrated booklet. I don't know if that's unique to this title or if the first batch of releases for Milestone titles always include a booklet. I'm not sure, but that's very cool. I didn't expect lots of special features or even a booklet with this. So when I watch this film, I will make sure to really deep dive into it. I also was partly interested in this because it's an Asian American film from 1919 with seemingly like East Asian inspired sets, if not actually filmed on location. And I think that's really cool. Like, when I think of silent films, as someone who hasn't watched a lot of them, I think of like Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, or kind of like low budget stuff with no score existing anymore. So having something like as complete as this is very cool. I highly recommend it. My next standard edition is To Hell and Back, another Audie Murphy film. I picked this up because aside from his westerns, I haven't watched anything else he's done, and this seems to be one of his biggest films. It doesn't say anything about being restored or anything like that, but I suspect it's a very good HD master. This is actually based on his real-life story in the army. Probably a bit exaggerated, like all horror films at the time, but I'm sure there's some real-life facts about him depicted here, and I'm interested to see what his story really was. I didn't read anything about him yet, so it would be kind of cool to go back and watch his westerns with his story in mind, to be like, wow, that guy who actually did kind of shoot people is now in westerns just playing around. Looking forward to it. It includes an audio commentary by Steve Mitchell, author of Combat Films, American Realism. I usually listen to audio commentaries because when I want to watch a film, I want to actually pay attention and enjoy it. And if I want to learn more, I'll read about it, not listen to a track over it. Anyway, no one really cares about that, but To Hell and Back. My next pickup is The Last Train from Madrid. This is a brand new 2K master from Universal Pictures. It is a 1937 film, 77 minutes long. I'm not familiar with any of the stars of the film. I didn't really know anything about it until I saw that Unobstructed View carried it. The reason I bought it is because it is a cool sounding story. Apparently it is like different narratives of people during the Spanish Civil War fleeing from the horrors of the war, and it all starts to converge as they get off the last train from Madrid. That sounds super cool. Apparently on Letterboxd, people aren't a big fan. They say it's like cheesy, not great acting. Maybe they're not super interested in the drama. But like, that is right up my alley. Stories converging on a train, that's cool. So happy to support it as well. I doubt this will be a big seller. So there you go, Kino. My next pickup is The Looters. This is a 1955 film from Universal with a brand new HD master from a 2K scan of the 35mm fine grain negative. I picked this up because it is kind of Western adjacent. It is about a plane crash, and I think like two guys go and try to rescue them, but then they find out that they have $2,500,000, and so instead of rescuing them, they try to steal it, and they're out in the American frontier. So you got the big rocks and fields and the guns. That sounds cool. 87 minutes long, good weekend afternoon fare. I really don't know much about it, but looking forward to it. The next one is Quantes. This is a Western from 1957 from Universal. It doesn't say anything about a new restoration, but I suspect it's a very good HD master, especially based on the photos of the film on the back. Actually comes recommended from the YouTube channel that I really like, Serial at Midnight. He said this was a really fun chamber piece drama of a Western, more like infighting among the evil cowboys, kind of like a Quentin Tarantino before Tarantino, but without the fast-talking bickering sort of thing. It's also 81 minutes, like many of the films I picked up, and I'm sure it's great. The next one is The Bridges at Toko-ri. This is a brand new HD master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative from Paramount. William Holden and Grace Kelly war picture. Planes, boats. How could you not like it? I've actually become a fan of William Holden recently. I feel like I've just watched a strange number of his movies just because Kino Lorber is putting out his catalog of films, because maybe I sell well. And I wanted to get this one. I think the cover is actually one of their best from last year. And you got the beautiful Grace Kelly, no less. I think this would be good. The poster for the film on Letterboxd and IMDb makes it look more like a 2000s film, which is kind of weird. I feel like this poster is more reflective of it, or at least more attractive. This is my jam. And the next one is Alaska Seas. This is a 1954 film by Paramount, remastered in HD. These don't feature any super notable actors. Some people may be familiar with Robert Ryan. He's appeared in some notable films. This one's inspired by the 1930s film Spawn of the North with a similar story. So if you own that film from Kino Lorber, you might be familiar. I wanted this one because there's not many like Western adjacent films but taking place in the Arctic. I can't name any off the top of my head. It includes an audio commentary by film historian David Del Valle and film historian archivist Stan Schaffer. Not familiar with them, probably won't listen to the audio commentary just because don't got loads of time, but I'm certainly looking forward to this. This is probably higher up on the queue because it's shorter, it's probably more action oriented, and I haven't watched many Alaska sea-based movies, that's for sure. The next standard edition Blu-ray I picked up is Jet Pilot. This is a Howard Hawks film starring John Wayne and Janet Leigh. I have heard that this is basically a masterpiece, and I've been on a John Wayne kick like I've said, so I wanted to pick this up. Believe it or not, I have not watched a Howard Hughes film before. I know Kino Lorber has released two of them before, Hell's Angels and The Outlaw. This is yet another war film in my haul of Kino Lorber, so looking forward to this one, man. It's 117 minutes long from Universal. No mention of a new restoration of any sort, but I'm sure that it looks great. The title I picked up is Beach Red. This is yet another war film, 1967 from MGM. No mention of a new restoration on the back of the case. This is supposedly some inspiration or just shares similarities to the Terrence Malick film The Thin Red Line. So this is directed by Colonel Wilde, who also directed Storm Fear from the first film noir set I showed earlier, and another film that I want to see at some point, 70s sci-fi, No Blade of Grass. This one is apparently really good. I'm looking forward to this. This might be higher up in my queue because it sounds more abstract, more noteworthy. Next pickup is The Country Girl. This is a 1954 film starring Grace Kelly, Bing Crosby, and William Holden once again. It is a 2023 HD master from Paramount Pictures from a 4K scan. This one actually won Grace Kelly the Oscar against Judy Garland for A Star Is Born. People get all upset about that. Frankly, it's been 75 or so years. I couldn't care less. I'm sure that Grace Kelly gives a great performance. I really wanted to get this one for a while because it sounds so darn good. Apparently it's about like an alcoholic musical actor who isn't sure about his ability anymore, and his wife Grace Kelly is trying to like help him, but it's basically just self-sabotage because it's not working. It sounds really dramatic and dark, with William Holden coming in with bad intentions to get Grace Kelly. Sounds really good. I also like this cover art. This is apparently a 70 or 75th anniversary edition of the film as well. And the last pickup is The Hell with Heroes. This is a 1968 war film from Universal. It is a 2K scan of the 35mm interpositive, so not the original camera negative, but I doubt people would notice. Probably still looks very good. It stars Rod Taylor and Claudia Cardinale, the one and only. I picked this one up because it's a Technicolor war film about two people who are trying to go home from the Air Force, but they can't, so they have to get into like illegal drug trading, I think, something like that. And then they get into, as the tagline says, they all had something to sell: courage, sex, or corruption. So it's a provocative war movie from the late 60s. It features an audio commentary and the original theatrical trailer. So not many special features, but looking forward to it. Well, that's all of the titles I picked up at the Kino Lorber summer sale. Thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts, because this is my first physical media video, please let me know in the comments section down below. I will be making more videos on boutique Blu-rays, particularly ones that dive deeper into individual releases. I plan on making a video about the 4K Criterion set of Yojimbo and Sanjuro, where I talk about the films as well as the contents of the disc. I think not a lot of people actually talk about the film after they watched it and what they thought of the special features. They mainly just do what I've done just now, where they show what they've gotten, but they never revisit, and I want to do exactly that. Show you what I've got and then come back and talk about the films and what I thought of the discs themselves. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and boutique Blu-rays, baby.